free throw's good. It's a three-point play. This big first half continues. To Fareed. And the defender over-pursues, and he's called for it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
To Hollis Jefferson. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go. Oh, ferocious slam inside. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
Warriors have the basketball. Oh, he had him there for a second. Oh, pass stolen by the Nets. The pass set it all up.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
It's Cook with the basketball. He'll run the offense. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
Substitution being made in this one.
What was that?
From the painted area, won't go down.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
First one, count it. So he hits the first, misses the second. Cruises inside for two.
Who's controlling the paint? The offense is controlling the paint right now. The defense needs to do a better job of making it more uncomfortable for those easy lays.
To Dinwiddie. Warriors have it. And stuffs it home.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3
Man, I
points.
keep getting twos.
Brooklyn with the basketball. To Hollis Jefferson. From long range. And the rebound taken by the Warriors. Durant. Can't go down. Smothering defense. They'll let one fly from half court. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando where we say hello to Jalen Rose.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Jay, there is no question the Nets have a long-term vision, and they are not breaking away from it.
That vision starts with Sean Marks, who's the GM of this team, and what he was able to pull this past year was pretty much a miracle for the Nets in getting rid of Timothy Mozgov's contract for $16.7 million. He's been able to create so much cap space for this Nets team that Brooklyn now is becoming a destination. People are talking about Brooklyn rather than the New York Knicks.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. Nets have it. Screen coming. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
When one player goes down, or maybe in this case two, it gives a player an opportunity to really rise to the occasion. Well, that happened last year with Spencer Dinwiddie. When Jeremy Lin and D'Angelo Russell both went down to injury, This kid went from a D-League player to a starter in the NBA, and one of the most clutch players we had for the Brooklyn Nets this past year.
To Hollis Jefferson. Inside, he scores.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
Flushes it home.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on, but the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
To Hollis Jefferson. Just off the mark.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Nets have the basketball to Allen Crabbe. Takes stock of the floor. Knocked loose. Picked up. Here we go. Curry. Oh, Jay, he's shaking his head. The guilty party. He knows it's better to be lucky than good.
Or he knows it was just a really bad shot that just happened to go in. But sometimes when the basketball heavens drop a gift in your lap, you take it.
Durant across the timeline. His guys hold a commanding lead. Now the Nets going to take a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Brooklyn's got it. Knocked loose. Warriors come away with it. Missed the wide open look.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Brooklyn with 4 to shoot. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
What I like about Spencer Dinwiddie is that he's a worker. I remember he got hurt his last year in college at Colorado, still decided to take a chance on himself, went into the draft, got drafted second round, and now I see him still defining and refining his game.
Hollis Jefferson with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
And they call the foul. Degrees there, Jay.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Jay, 28 wins a year ago for the Nets, but a couple of individuals, they shined in their playing time.
8 wins better than the year before. And think about Jared Allen for this team. He is a new age 5, has the versatility and the speed to run the court. And then you think about a guy like Spencer Dinwiddie, who actually got drafted in the second round and actually gambled on himself, had a horrific knee injury. To see the kind of minutes due to the injuries that he played and the level that he played at, this team is on their way.
Possession lies with Golden State. All by himself, creates his own shot there.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Russell into the front court. Down a bundle. Knocked loose. Warriors come up with it. Durant. Fires the 3, and Steph. He can make that shot with his eyes closed. Wide open, knocks down the 3. His instincts are unnatural, but what makes him so good given the work he's put in?
The special thing about Stephen Curry is that his entire life he has practiced great habits. A lot of players practice and get up shots, but they don't practice the right habits, and that comes with the lineage. His father, Dale Curry, making sure that he puts in the time and effort, but the proper skill with the time and effort.
Oh, yes, me and you, me and you.
To Russell. It was right there. Steph Curry. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
Hello.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. It's Brooklyn's ball.
I got ball.
Russell. Down to Fareed. Off the assist.
Come on.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay. But you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Livingston to Green. Stuffs it down with authority.
How many times did we see this last year for this Warriors ball club? You know when that third quarter arrives, you better bring it because that's when they take it to another level.
Backs up.
And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Don't take me out.
Coach is going to shift and adjust his matchups.
Entering the game for Golden State, number 30, Stephen Curry.
Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. KD with the rock. Down low to Cousins. Stuffs it down with authority. 6'11", 270. That's a massive man. You can make a case there's nobody like him.
There isn't anybody like him in the NBA. He is an absolute bully on the block. Can burrow his way through traffic, make it easy, and also possesses that sweet shooting touch from the outside.
A lot of contact. No whistle. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
To Sean Livingston. Fires the three. Second effort. Cousins.
Oh. I hit you in the head.
Brooklyn with the basketball. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Durant with the basketball up top. His guys holding the big lead. Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Knocked loose. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. It'll stay Brooklyn basketball. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Trying to cash in. Deep two there. Won't go. Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Warriors with a commanding lead. The Warriors won the opening tip, so they have it to start the fourth quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, Maybe, but sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even start.
The screen sets him up for two.
You know, it reminds me out of a story of legendary... Coach once told me, he said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home. Man, that was sweet.
It's all about that first step, and it's all about angles. Look at the way he got his shoulders through the angle of the defender. That first step was great, but those shoulders getting through, that was a difference.
It's good. And one.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Jordan Bell trying to cash in on a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw's good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. Nets have it. Russell.
Laisha, your mom calling you. Your mom calling you. She upstairs.
Knocked loose. Stays in bounds. Really good hustle. Turned away by Bell.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Davis. And that one out of bounds off the net. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. It's blocked by Allen.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Yes, D'Angelo Russell. Now 3 for 9.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Nets have the basketball. Russell knocks it down on the step back. That was not easy.
D'Lo reminds me so much of Sam Cassell. He's not the fastest guy, but he gets where he wants to go anytime. The word that is key for him, potential, potential, potential. Will he be able to accomplish his potential?
She ain't got no money. I'll eat before we got down here.
Win Cook at the line.
Oh, dang it. Give me hot sauce.
And he connects on the first free throw.
You didn't remind me of getting them when we was in the store.
Yeah, because I just forgot. Are you going state?
State?
Are you Golden State?
Both free
Yeah.
throws.
You got 101 points.
To Russell. Nothing going here on that drive. To Russell. Here's a chance from long range. Not that time. He misses.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Bell. Russell with it up top. His guys down big. Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Kevon Looney at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw, good. He's able to polish off the three-point play. Brooklyn's got it. Count the bucket for two.
I tell you, he's so special, Ed. He makes the game look easy.
A lot of hard work to make it look easy. Lets it fly from long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
To Allen Crabbe. Knocked loose. Warriors have it.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
From the painted area, won't go down.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Fareed. Kenneth Fareed powers it down.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Shot from the lane won't go. Russell into the front court. He'll run the offense. And a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Emphatic slam.
These are missed opportunities. When a guy puts his head down, the help defender closest to the ball, you need to get your hand and scrape inside there. If he has his head down, he can't see you coming from the blind side.
Finish that.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
What?
What?
What's your name?
I'm playing again.
Never know when to sit. It ain't. This could be more room if you change it around.
We still got the same couches. Unless you're sprawled across one and I'm sprawled across another one, where's the extra space coming from?
Exactly. So it's only made for y'all two.
Warriors basketball.
Well, that's how you said it.
No.
Right, basically, it ain't no room for nobody else.
You said it would be more room to move stuff around. I'm saying no, there
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've
What
seen
you
is the
move
difference
around.
maker in this ballgame is how they are
That's
catching
not how
the
you say it.
basketball.
Yes.
They're not
You said they
establishing
should
a
couch over there and then I'm over
defense
here.
wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working
You
like
just
that,
took it
you
that
got it any way you
That's not
want.
the way I said it. You said there's more space if we move stuff around.
Cook to bring it into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead.
It would be, then maybe you could put a chair in here.
No good.
Yeah.
Defense catching a break there.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Brooklyn secures the rebound. It's Brooklyn's ball. And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor.
Stepping in for Brooklyn, number 8, Spencer Dinwiddie.
My child must be really hungry.
To Hollis Jefferson. For three.
She,
That's a high degree of difficulty for Rondé Hollis Jefferson.
Lele.
Nothing going here on that
Are
drive.
you hungry? Did you eat lunch today?
She just ate
Yeah,
up
this
the
is
chicken.
just how I eat my chicken.
Whoever.
The finish at the
18
rim.
legs.
You know I got a soft spot for the Brotherhood. I'm talking about Duke players.
Ain't no like
Frank Cook has
Popeyes,
done
huh?
an unbelievable job. Not a lot of people thought
I
he
said,
could
ain't
play
no
at
like
this level,
Popeyes
but he
chicken,
gave the
huh?
Warriors some extremely
Oh, that's why your
valuable
daddy don't want no chicken. He baked any chicken.
A simple
Found out.
touchdown.
No, I didn't. That's I just had a breast.
Where's
No,
my
I
birth
just had-
certificate?
First one goes down.
So
They
what she
went
say?
with the one without the.
I knew they was gonna do that because that's how it is on the birth certificate. The other one is the birth announcement that the hospital gave. So, and I'm not gonna go to court
Good
to
free
see.
throw shooting.
But as long as you
Knocked
know
down there.
that it's supposed to be a slash in your name, keep putting it in there.
It's Golden State basketball.
Just say on my diploma, I can have it with the slash.
Here
on
comes
it.
the screen.
Or the what's the name of it?
Denied by Fareed.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Didn't
I
get
never
the
do check
basketball.
your birth
Down a
certificate to
bundle
see
to Fareed.
that I didn't put it on there correctly.
Warriors come away with it.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
The jumper's off the mark. Here comes the screen. Has a look.
Oh,
Can't connect.
But I don't put that on the shooter, Ed. I put that on the passer. You have to put your players in the best possible position to score the ball. You know that's not a strength of his.
It's the Warriors who get the victory as they cruise
Question,
to
how much do we pay Albert Jack?
really in doubt.
The guy that did that.
For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen.
did
This
what?
has been a presentation of the
The
NBA
kitchen?
on
Yeah.
EA Sports.
You remember how much you paid?
You know, I don't say it's $80 for something. I'll say 100 and something bucks. Maybe more. I don't know. No, I didn't write it down. I don't think he ever
And that
received
does
it.
it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining.
And I don't think it was an absurd amount of money. I don't think it was a lot. Maybe like 180.
That's how we paid him.
For some reason 80 can't even come to mind, but I know it was more than that.
Because he still said, I owe him $125.
He said we owe him $125.
Yeah, but I thought
For
we
what?
paid him more than that.
No, he gave me a number and I paid him what he asked me for. When he said that?
Yesterday, because I was telling him, I was like, well, I know he had told me 125 to finish the rest.
Yeah, that sounds right, but no, he gave me a number and he sat there and talked and he said, this is what I'm gonna charge you because of this, and this. And I was like, okay, that's cool, I'll give you that. I don't talk about nothing, me owing him no more money. Now, if he's having amnesia, then we need to make sure whatever he doing on, we write down.
I told him, I said, well, no, I told him not this pay period, but the next pay period, I was just paying. And I was like, I'm like, you know what? I gotta start getting receipts. And get stuff in writing because I know what people tell me, and then it'll be a whole other thing, but words don't stick. That's the first thing.
I had what he said. That's why I was like, I went to the bank and got it. I went to what he said. It was when we went to the bank and I got the money for.
I'm like, but because I was like, but then I was like, then my guy paid. And he's like, yeah, but it's supposed to be 125. I'm like, so he shorted you 125? I'm like, okay. I wasn't even gonna go into a big.
You should have stopped right then and there and let me and called me. So you didn't let it fester now, but you should have, as soon as he said it, you should have said, hold on. Because that was all in that whole thing about us waiting, and then you saying,
Right, and I told him, I was like, because even the up cat that I said, I knew it was more if you would have did the top cat.
that's right. He cut the price because he only was doing the bottom.
Right.
I wouldn't have let him leave without paying him what he was owed. I had his thing, because I went and got the money.
And I told him, so I said, why you didn't say nothing? Why did you wait now? He said, because he was waiting till when he come back to do the other job, then we could just pay him the rest when
No, we supposed to pay him the rest once he did it, not before he did it. Not.
Okay. I just saw this.